Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the DreamHack Pro Circuit live once more from Leipzig, Germany, where we are just now about to approach what is our final series of the day. It has been amazing to go through all the teams and see what each and every team here out of the entire 32 that we have present had to bring to the table. But as the cards kind of lie and fall here, guys, what are your thoughts going up into this next series? Because I feel like the next one is very unique when it comes to the skill level. Much like, EG was kind of hard for me to gauge over the last one. Can you guys break down a little bit Renault Vitality?
I think the thing is we can't. We can't break them down because on paper, they should be one of the best teams in the world.
Okay.
They just haven't
absolutely
shown
should.
it yet. They have two of the best 1v1 players in the world. They have the best shooter in the world, yet they haven't been able to make this work just yet. Now, they have had runs in qualifiers through the lower bracket, but they've had some tough losses to PSG both times, and Scrubkilla said at the start of this year he wasn't going to lose to them at all this year, and he's already lost twice to them and knocked them out of both qualifiers. We're not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Scrub. Vitality's just in a weird spot where, let's see, like over the past month, where their scrims have kind of been at, because maybe they fix some of those issues.
I mean, what is good, it's the recombination of perhaps one of the greatest duos Rocket League has ever seen, just to start it off. I mean, K-Dop and Fairy Peak, back in 2017, nobody could touch those two. Nobody. And then Pashy was the third for a while. They did quite well. Now Scrubkilla is the third. Scrubkilla is also a great guy in terms of the talent on the field. And how can a team like that not be one of the best teams in the world? You have no idea. It doesn't make sense. It's just like there's too much talent for them to be so terrible.
And look, I want to keep this...
I would go terrible, but all right.
I want to keep this conversation going, but first we're going to go ahead and look at the graphic here when it comes to the groups, because, we had a lot of action, but I think this is it's a great topic. On paper, one of the most debatably decorated squads outside of maybe Dig, and, results don't seem to be there, and I think that is very, hard to gauge the success level we can expect here from this roster.
So we look into Group D. It looks like Triple Trouble got eliminated.
But how?
That is news to me because they looked so strong coming in.
Echo Zulu.
Wow, that is a surprise to us because we didn't hear about that until this graphic just popped up. So did Echo Zulu
now
take
we
them
know.
down?
We'll go double check
PSG took down Mouse Sports. We know that came in 5 games. Bread 2-0 to keep their seed. So Bread is the 5th seed here, which is insane, and they're really showing up so far. You see on the other side, Complexity, they were a very high seed as well for qualifying. They got the 2-0, and there's a few games left.
It's a sketchy one for Group C, TSM 1-1, Vitality 1-1, Nordavind 1-1, MCon, and it's, I mean, obviously MCon has to play a tough one. They'll be going against TSM, but Vitality and Nordavind, I mean, Nordavind obviously a rival series team, and Vitality struggling, to say the least.
Well, that green line that separates those teams matters a lot, because this series is going to push one of them, or make it more concrete and absolute on who finds themselves above that. For now, it's merely just a tie. And so, again, based on the power level that we have there of Renault, and then looking at this other side, what can we look at for Nordavind here? Because, I think that they, are not as well established as a roster, definitely not as big as names like you expect from Vitality.
But Nordavind, they have the experience, though. From the rival series, they came in 5th place, but there was definitely a big gap there where the top 4 of the rival series for Europe was huge, and then Nordavind was just kind of mediocre down there. They made a roster move. They pick up Sebedem, so we'll see if he can spark them a little bit, but they're not expected to do much here.
Yeah, they didn't have a particularly good qualifying effort for DreamHack either. They lost round 1 to Red Reserve, and then, now, of course, Triple Trouble, and then they lost their immediate loser round run right after that to TBH, which was Stocky, Coca, and what's their third? Rizex. So, I mean, Stocky and Coca we were a little bit familiar with, but Rizex kind of out of the blue. Either way, they shouldn't have lost to that team, and they just didn't get anything going to try and qualify. So, Nordavind, it's that, middle of the pack in the rival series, and can you stand up to a struggling RLCS team? Maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. We'll find out here as we're going to take a little bit of a closer glance here at first on the other side, Nordavind, like we were talking about here, whether or not they have the tools. I'm not going to lie, I remain optimistic. To me, I'm always a guy that when I look at a team that they go, this is what they're supposed to do, I always go, but if they haven't, I don't believe you. Potential is one of the most offensive words you can call me because I haven't reached my peak.
So the one pro I feel like is there's just no pressure on them, that they're not supposed to make day 2. They're not supposed to beat Vitality, and everyone keeps saying Vitality should be one of the best in the world. And they're not showing it. And there's a lot of pressure on them to succeed here at DreamHack. Nordavind's coming in, they're like, we're just trying to get ready for the rival series. They're going to try and qualify there, and this is just good practice. And if we make day 2, fantastic. But it's not the end of the world if they lose this series. So I think Nordavind at least has that going for them where there's no pressure on them.
And that did play quite well into Tainted Minds' hands when they started off versus NRG. You know, Tainted Minds always struggling a little bit on international scale. And despite NRG having their own struggles against teams from the OCE region, they still put up a really good show. Of course, it fell apart for them at the end, but those first couple of games come out and socked them in the mouth. And on the flip side, I don't know if Renault Vitality, they come out here and they start 0-2. I don't think there's any way they come back.
Mainly just because we believe these to be, you know, essentially their biggest enemy is themselves, right?
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
if you get that momentum against yourself, they aren't believing within themselves, this squad is likely going to crumble very quickly. Well, so what can we, with that in mind, you know, knowing these players a lot longer than myself, especially that guy on the screen, I mean, a long-standing Rocket League player, what can we maybe do personality-wise or maybe in-game to adjust that and prevent that from happening? Keep that momentum, at least not from going against you.
So I think like the main focus for Vitality is just figure out how to attack with one man at a time, which has been a problem for Fairy Peak last season. Same with Scrub a little bit. Like Scrub had to be a little bit more defensive because Fairy Peak wanted to be so aggressive,
which I think is actually fine. Scrubkill has earned himself
he was
as one of
a great defensive
He's one of the best defensive players in the world. Let him do that.
But it was supposed to be the year of Scrubkill last season. Like in season 6, we're talking about Scrubkill all the time, and then it wound up being that the Rookie of the Year was Fruity. So Scrubkill, there's still a lot for him to live up to because he's been that prodigy for so long, just couldn't compete because he was too young, and now he's finally here. And he had his first failure. So now he's got to try and bounce back from that, and we'll see how he
And your question, like, how do you keep the mentality going for that team? That's kind of the interesting part, because, I mean, you got Fairy Peak. He's a very soft-spoken guy, you know, in general, that when you've interacted with him, he's very soft-spoken. K-Dop's probably fairly neutral as well. And Scrubkill is just like, this sucks, I'm upset, because we're not winning sometimes. And it's tough to keep that mentality going for a team like that when you don't have that one central guy who's like, all right, it's fine, whatever, let's go.
Yeah, especially with a member as youthful, you know, as Scrubkill. I feel like the maturity level and the being able to keep yourself cool under very tense moments can be very, very difficult there. But guys, I feel like this one's going to be more of a difficult one, kind of a, you know, all over the place here from each and every one of us. Start off with Gibbs. I got to know, where's your vote go?
I'm confident. I'm going Vitality. I think they are going to show up here. I'm usually a Vitality fanboy, to be fair. But
I think we all are, and they just don't win.
Yeah, I guess. But Vitality, they're too good on paper to lose this series. I think Vitality could make a long run, too. Like, I want to see them play better. And with a month of scrims, I think they can and show that they are one of the world's best. I think it starts here. I think they win it.
I think it starts here is a good phrase to put it. So Renault Vitality, now's the time. You got to prove to me that you can beat Nordavind before I believe you'll beat anybody else.
I think that is very, very fair here. And you know what? I'm going to give the curveball here. I'm going to go with Nordavind. And that is purely off of I'm banking on the mentality is going to cripple.
Perfectly valid. That is perfectly valid.
As you know, when the pressure gets on, sometimes,
it's actually the clever move to take first place on predictions, but you know.
Okay. I didn't think I'd get called out that quickly. This is awkward.
We got him.
Do we have casters or something? Because I'd like to get out of here about as fast as possible there. My goodness. But seriously, this is going to be a doozy of a matchup. And look, we do have the casters. Hey, I found them. Jorby and James Bot. What's up, guys?
We're here to not bail you out.
Yeah. Sorry, Dreadnought. We're going to leave you out to dry on it, buddy. Just how it has to go. Welcome to the family.
What about your thoughts? You think they have what it takes here, or do you think they'll crush under the pressure?
I think Vitality has this against Nordavind, and it's more so just because of the pure star power on Vitality. I don't think Nordavind has what it takes as a team.
The legendary Golden Striker, World Championship MVP, Scrubkilla, you know, 12 Titans champion, Fairy Peak also up there as a great.
And they've lost.
I know they lose sometimes, but I just think there's too much raw talent on this team to not win this matchup.
Well, we'll find out. I want to see if they have it. Let's take it away, boys.
Thank you, Dreadnought. And yeah, that's exactly how I feel, James. I don't think Nordavind is good enough to take Vitality to task just based on the star power that is on this Vitality team. At the same time, as I say that, you know, if Nordavind does make this a fight, will it really be that surprising?
I don't know. I mean, if Sebedem can play as well in the field as he has rapped in videos before, they have a shot.
He's really got to play.
Have you seen that Sebedem's guest appearance in a rap video?
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
And if you haven't seen it, go check it out and form your own opinions. But now this is for real. This is 0 lives left in the tournament. You have to win to make it in. lots of pressure on Ronell Vitality. They made this huge roster move to bring in K-Dop. Is it going to pay off for them? You know,
it has to pay.
It has to.
Like there is no other option for Vitality. You have to win this game. If you lose this match, the confidence in the move that you made, the confidence in this roster just goes down significantly if you can't beat a team like Nordavind. This is where everything breaks down. This is where you have to win. Like, these are the games that they should be gimmies for a team like Vitality. Yeah. This should be one that you go in confidently. Yes, we're going to win. Yet, you know, we have people on the desk saying like, you know, Nordavind, they might have a shot. Or it's just because of Vitality's past results, they haven't been able to put it together. K-Dop, one of the best players in the world, has to put it together for this Vitality team.
Absolutely. We've talked about K-Dop so many times, multiple-time world champion, golden striker, MVP. This Vitality team has all the tools in their toolkit, but can they put it together here to advance to day 2?
And Al Dente back over to Sebadam. K-Dop able to get it out to the corner and again able to boom it downfield. K-Dop back over to Fairy Peak. Fairy Peak up high against the backboard, or low against the backboard, and Data tries to clear it away. K-Dop keeping it in the blue half. And Al Dente trying to get back to that ball. Fairy Peak gonna pick this one up. Only gave it away. Now Scrub off the ceiling. Able to find one touch, but can't follow it up, and Fairy Peak was not able to get up to make that challenge. K-Dop can't push forward either. Fairy Peak getting up there, beating one defender to the ball. Still Vitality looking for a solid shot opportunity against the back wall. Scrub staying with it, trying to keep the defender away from the ball. Fairy Peak again off the backboard. They gotta finish here. K-Dop does. Vitality strike first.
And K-Dop, he's the guy that you look to start scoring goals. Fairy Peak with good pressure. He leaves it on the backboard for K-Dop. K-Dop, easy shot for him. He's hit much harder shots. And Vitality, just over a minute into the game, they get the first goal, and they have been controlling all aspects of this game so far. It's early, but they're looking good.
Scrub on the challenge against Al Dente. K-Dop dumping it back to Scrub. Sebadam can't get back to that ball. Fairy Peak shot high, but knocked away by Data regardless. Al Dente back over to Sebadam. K-Dop trying to turn it back for Vitality here. First minute and a half of gameplay. You've seen Vitality put on good pressure. Haven't seen a lot outside of the blue half here for Nordavind so far. Al Dente gets a good challenge. Still, they're found chasing loose balls in the orange half, and it's cost them possession a couple of times here in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, they haven't been able to really get a controlled attack. They've thrown it down into the corners, but nothing really dangerous, as Vitality is able to just regroup and start their own counterattacks that are much more threatening.
Fairy Peak trying to slip under one. Sebadam able to clear it away with the follow-up. K-Dop back to Scrub. That shot's in. Vitality up 2-0.
Yeah, and Al Dente needed to make a play on this ball, but he was sitting at only 6 boost, or 21 boost rather. He had to get up and challenge that ball before Scrubkilla got the shot, but he didn't, and it was just so much real estate for Scrub to work with, and he won't miss those.
And Nordavind, it feels like they've spent about all of 10 seconds in the orange half of the pitch. Al Dente shot on target, but easily blocked by K-Dop. Fairy Peak getting harassed by Data. Data trying to pick this ball up. He's got nothing to work with as far as his resources are concerned. Data able to get that pass back from Al Dente. Still another play here off the backboard. Al Dente scores, and on the board is Nordavind.
Yeah, excellent speed from Nordavind here. Data on the backboard, just trying to pass it out to Sebadam, and Sebadam with good speed. He got demoed, but he had the hit. That was important, and Al Dente quickly following that one up off the backboard. And Nordavind in it within striking distance, just one goal separating them, and about half the game left to play.
Al Dente finds his way past Fairy Peak, can't work his way past Scrub. Data trying to keep it alive. He's sent to his grave. K-Dop couldn't find that touch. Al Dente tries to move his way forward. Data Back towards Al Dente, back to Data. Data against the back wall. Al Dente has to follow this up. Back towards midfield. A little scrambly there in midfield from Nordavind. They're forced back against their own back hole.
But what I like seeing out of Nordavind is that they're looking for those passing lanes, trying to find people, not afraid to make it.
Scrub able to flip it by. That's easy choice for him. Vitality picks up their third goal.
Yeah, and this was good pressure. Fairy Peak trying to get a touch there. K-Dop just hammers it off the backboard in a tough spot for Al Dente, but look at that shot from Scrub. You know Al Dente was expecting a harder shot, maybe something in the air close to him, but Scrub kept it low and put it on that far post away from Al Dente. Excellent placement. Great shooting from Scrub.
Data back to Sebadam, can't get to him. K-Dop tried to clear it away. Al Dente takes control. Al Dente goes under almost everybody. Fairy Peak doesn't matter. Data scores. They pull within one.
The flip reset didn't get him the goal, but it was an excellent touch. You see there, the first touch from Al Dente even allowing him to go for that flip reset. When you're in that position, it makes the defense panic. And Data, he was just there to clean up the rebound.
And so Nordavind, another quick follow-up goal after Vitality had scored to try to keep this game as close as possible. Now looking to tie it up. Al Dente flips over one. K-Dop clears it out to the corner. Here's Sebadam, midfield. Data tried to pick it up, wasn't able to get there in time. Al Dente's got the back end covered. Here's Fairy Peak. The challenge straight down to K-Dop, blocked by Data. Scrub Killer here for the follow-up. Challenged nicely by Sebadam, and they clear it out downfield again. Ooh, and K-Dop just missing the pass from Fairy Peak, so that shot by Data is in. It goes in. They tie the game with 45 seconds left.
And we go take a look at Scrub. He had full boost, and he was in position to make this play, but he just missed it. I mean, this is a pretty standard double pop, you know, and boost towards the ball, get the save. I just don't know how
he just missed the ball.
He missed it.
That's all you can really say about it. And so Vitality, they set it on the desk. They are their own worst enemies. And it's proving so yet again here. A pass from to Scrub, not able to get farther than the back wall.
Yeah, Scrub just needed to turn a little quicker for that ball. He recognized the opportunity just a split second too late. And that touch from Data is very good, but the net was still wide open. Scrub couldn't get enough on the ball.
15 seconds left. Fairy Peak trying to play it away. Data's there. K-Dop with the clear. Sebadam buying some time. And Nordavind gonna try one more shot at it. They can try to move down the pitch from midfield. Killed again. As soon as it hits the ground, we might have overtime, but it could be dangerous here for Nordavind if they don't get it out of the blue half. A great touch by Fairy Peak over to Scrub, blocked.
Yeah, Sebadam getting up in the air, denying that shot, and now we're in overtime. It looked like Vitality was going to dominate this game out of the gate, but Nordavind just sticking with it, chipping away at that lead, tying it up, and now they have an opportunity to steal this game one.
Data couldn't find that touch, but Al Dente's got him covered. Now Al Dente with Sebadam on the wing, flips it over one. K-Dop picks up the save. Data trying to keep the play alive, but it's cleared away. Scrub Killer, the follow-up from midfield. Demo to open it up for K-Dop. It's off the crossbar. Just one more touch will do it, and Vitality take game one.
And K-Dop coming up big for Vitality. Demo, or getting the goal after the demo from Scrub Killer. And Scrub, that was a fantastic demo. That puts so much pressure on the defense. You take a player out of rotation, you eliminate all the boost that that player had, and now you force the final two defenders to have to make a play on defense. K-Dop coming up big, 100% goal participation from him, 2 goals, 2 assists, 7 saves. Yeah. 7 out of the 8 saves for Renault Vitality. So K-Dop proving his worth in this game one.
And they really got to be, Vitality has to be so careful. They had that 2-goal lead. It felt like it was going to be commanding, and then they let Nordavind back into this game. Nordavind had some great passing plays, and honestly, I think that they're playing really well. I think Data especially had some really great challenges moving the ball downfield for his team. Al Dente being the finisher here to keep Nordavind in the game for so long. I mean, props to Vitality just for being able to finish, but still, you can't play that close to Nordavind for this whole series.
Yeah, I think it was good speed from Vitality. K-Dop just being in the right place at the right time. Nordavind, though, they're not playing like they're intimidated. They're still looking for those passes. It's so easy when you're seemingly outclassed by a team to just start giving up possession, you know, hitting it downfield, trying to force things off the backboard because you just don't feel comfortable going with any other options. But you didn't really see that from Nordavind. And also, we saw some fantastic shots. However, you know, the shot that Scrub let in, I feel very strongly that he should have blocked that shot. So
I mean,
Nordavind,
yeah, you shouldn't feel strongly. He just should have.
Yeah.
That one was definitely an obvious one. But I mean, for sure, you have to hit those. Your Vitality. Game number 2 underway. Nordavind, they made it a game in the first set here. Fairy Peak off the kickoff and the backboard cleared away. And Sebadam following this one up for the corner. Fairy Peak picks it up here for Vitality. Scrub staying with that. Al Dente tried to find Sebadam, couldn't. Quick pass to K-Dot, blocked by Data.
I'm loving the distribution that we're seeing from Fairy. He had multiple plays that led to goals last game, and even there, that light touch out into the middle. That was a very nice pass. Fairy Peak with some finesse, getting his team opportunities.
Data with that shot blocked easily by Fairy Peak. K-Dot with the pass, shot, and goal. He gets the first one for Vitality here.
And K-Dot again stepping up for Vitality, but look at this pass from Scrub. Right over to K-Dot. K-Dot, a strong shot right at the defender in net, but still enough power to just get it by. And Vitality, they strike first yet again in game 2.
And Scrub off the kickoff. Does he get another? No, it's off the crossbar, but a quick follow-up from K-Dot, and he picks up another goal for Vitality.
Vitality just feeding K-Dot at the moment. Al Dente very late to that challenge. Scrub had the open net, but hit the backboard. K-Dot, though, right there to clean up.
46 seconds in. I mean, this is how Vitality started game number 1, and Nordavind were able to claw their way back into the game. We'll see if they can repeat that performance. Right now, Vitality looking strong. A nice shot from K-Dot just off the crossbar. Wasn't able to follow it.
Crossbar and post.
K-Dot now on the back end. He's by 1. He's got Al Dente to beat, but he's able to get up there. Clear it back to at least midfield, but Fairy Peak's got it locked down. And James, one of the woes this Vitality team, if they're about to score again, Fairy Peak picks this up. It's a one-on-one, flips it, and Sebadam able to clear it away. Al Dente able to get that one as well. Anyways, was saying that Vitality had a lot of double committing issues over the course of the last however many games. You're wondering when they were finally going to figure it out, but Fairy Peak just styling on Nordavind, picks up the third goal for Vitality.
You know, one way to avoid double committing is just by making a solo play. Fairy Peak passing to himself, getting this double tap. Fairy can be so insane. He's one of those players that can just carry a team on his back, but sometimes he's been quiet in series for Vitality in the past, but that play right there just reminds you of how good of a player Fairy Peak is.
And they haven't been double committing in this series at all either. You haven't seen that issue. The rotations have been really solid for Vitality so far. You'll love to see it if you're a Vitality fan.
Yeah, it's been working out for them. You know, barely, you know, just approaching the 2-minute mark, or 2 minutes past in the game, and they already have 3 goals. Vitality firing on all cylinders. Freaky making insane shots happen. K-Dot not missing any of his opportunities. Things are looking good for Vitality right now.
K-Dot from his own corner. To get back to that, he used everything just to challenge Al Dente to that ball. Data. Only buy his team time. K-Dot now going to move down the field. And Seb's able to at least keep it in midfield. It feels like that's all Nordavind has been able to do in the first half of game 2 is get it to about midfield. K-Dot trying to square up against Al Dente. And cleared away again. Scrub actually pops that high. Not the best touch from him, but makes up for it on his own. K-Dot now from midfield.
And a questionable play there from K-Dot, taking a little bit too much time. He was trying to keep control, go for a dribble play, but just didn't work out. Scrub Killer was waiting in the middle for a pass, but still Vitality able to just control the pace of the game and keeping excellent possession.
Al Dente winning that challenge in midfield, and Still keep your eye on Al Dente. There's been a lot of midfield challenges. He's just come out on top. You feel like if he can keep winning those, maybe Nordavind can get back into this, but I feel like every time I see him challenge the ball in midfield, it's gone in his favor. Scrub trying to get past Al Dente here. Trying to pass back to Sebadam, back to Data.
And that was a good setup right there, but Sebadam just out of position. He had to turn around, the ball floating over his head. So the right idea from Nordavind, but still they are held scoreless right now, struggling to get anything going on the offensive side of the ball.
The challenge from the corner, Data. Only found K-Dop. Al Dente tried to get there. Sebadam can't as well. Fairy Peak almost dunks the daylights out of Al Dente. And Sebadam only tee up Data, looking for Al Dente. The shot blocked by Fairy Peak. A double commit from Vitality, but the ball spent so much time, hang time in the air, it didn't really matter here for Nordavind. And with about 35 seconds left, Vitality feels like they've pretty much secured this one against Nordavind in a much cleaner game number 2 as Fairy Peak picks up a 4th goal.
Just fantastic speed here from Fairy Peak and from Vitality. Sebadam wasn't able to get a clean hit. Scrub Kill, a good communication right there. He could have very easily gotten in K-Dop's way and messed up that hit, but Scrub just retreats out, lets K-Dop get the pass off the backboard to Fairy Peak, and Fairy Peak, strong shot to finish it off.
Data just gonna try to get a feel-good goal, get something generated here in the waning seconds of game 2. At this point, it's how strong Vitality's looking. Game 3, all in their favor. Time winds down to 0. Vitality, a 4-0 statement here in game 2 against Nordavind. They will not make this a question. They want to win emphatically, and they did so in game 2.
And the domination from Vitality, completely outclassing Nordavind in this game. Fairy Peak, 2 goals on 3 shots. K-Dop, 2 goals on 5 shots, also an assist. And Scrub Killer with the playmaker, 3 assists for him. And out shooting pretty significantly Nordavind. Vitality, 12 shots to just 3 for Nordavind. So Vitality putting on a clinic here. Fairy Peak, just strong shots, good communication, very few double commits. We saw one near the end there, but it didn't really matter on defense. Overall, Vitality, their speed was just overwhelming. That it was unmatched by Nordavind. Nordavind just couldn't keep up.
I feel like the way they played in game 2 is, I think, how a lot of their fans were hoping that they would look, especially with K-Dop. And K-Dop has absolutely been such a huge factor in this series alone. But this is the team that I think we all were hoping that Vitality would turn into, just because of the sheer amount of star power that's on this team.
It's
the
raw
expectation
ability.
is ridiculous, and they finally put together. They're putting together a really good series here on stream, showing the world, hey, we're getting this figured out. We are going to be a top team. In fact, we are a top team.
Yeah, I mean, you look at all those players individually, and it's maybe the best 3 individual players in the world, but can they make the team dynamic work? That's something they struggled with so much in the past, putting it together as a team, having that synergy, having that chemistry. So far in the last game, it looks like things are getting ironed out for them, but can they keep it up? And can they do this against better teams that put them under more pressure?
Off the kickoff, Fairy Peak. That ball on the backboard, he wasn't getting that rebound. From the corner. Challenged up high. Straight down in front of the box, but he's able to clear that one out. Sebadam trying to get there. A nice tee down from K-Dop back to Scrub. Fairy Peak picking up the back end, back over to K-Dop. Clinical performance by Vitality, 1-0.
Yeah, K-Dop just makes it look so easy. Scrub forcing a shot there. We saw a double commit and a bump on his own player in net. K-Dop just turns around, has an opportunity to shoot on net, and just casually knocks it in.
And so Vitality strike first yet again.
K-Dop makes scoring look so easy.
He scores every goal. Low percentage, mid percentage, high percentage, doesn't matter. A man touches the ball, good things happen. Low against the backboard. Data trying to clear this out. Off the post, Scrub can't get there. Al Dente Trying to force a play. Back two, but no good. It's blocked. Data on the back end only can throw it back to Fairy Peak. And, you know, we've seen Nordavind do this in all 3 games where just kind of throwing the ball over to the orange half and hoping something sticks. But for this long, I mean, Vitality has stopped that every step of the way. They got to find a way to get those passing lanes going again like they did in game 1.
And you see Al Dente and Data not on the same page there, double committing. And it's exactly what you're saying, Jorby, about ball in the corner, going for the backboard. That's what happens when a team gets overwhelmed with the speed. You try to just buy some space by doing that. And while it might relieve the immediate pressure, you're not going to set yourself up for success in the long run. You need to maintain possession. You need to find those passing lanes. And then you need to put the other team on their back foot and try to get them starved from boost so that you can get some goals.
You know, Fairy Peak back to K-Dop. K-Dop winning there. Here's Scrub. The shot just muscled its way by one defender. Scrub bumps Al Dente out of the way. Al Dente able to get back. Not a lot of pressure on him after the bump. Data wins one challenge here for Nordavind. Al Dente's there waiting, but it's right into Fairy Peak's bumper. Al Dente again looking for Data. He finds him eventually.
And that's the, you know, not the first time we've seen Al Dente go for those center balls that are just flying over his second support coming through the midfield. So we'll have to see if Nordavind can get on the same page and have the right positioning for the plays they're going for. Right now, Al Dente not able to connect to anybody on those mid-pass attempts.
And able to pick up a goal. Sebadum had basically a free opportunity after he won that, after Data wins that challenge, and it's a goal for Nordavind.
K-Dop, he came in to try to help out. Scrub got a touch there. I actually think that made it a little bit worse for Vitality. It allowed Sebadum to get even more power on that hit into the corner, and K-Dop just came up too soon, and no one was left in net, and Sebadum takes advantage of that, tying it up for Nordavind.
Al Dente here from midfield. Some life for this Nordavind squad. Sebadum here from midfield, but Scrub's going to take control. Data on the challenge against Fairy Peak. Sebadum tries to follow this one up. Al Dente there to support. Fairy Peak off the ceiling. Able to find the touch. Now Data trying to keep this away from Vitality. Sebadum's demo's going to help for sure. Scrub tries to square up twice. Can't do it. Off the ceiling, Sebadum's shot just high. Al Dente from midfield. Just hits it up high against the backboard. That's where you really want to see them try to get creative when you have that much space in the midfield. Nothing working there for Nordavind. Data trying to play it over. He's got a man on the wing, staying with it here. But Scrub Kill able to get in front. K-Dop picking it up. Al Dente able to pick it off there. And Sebadum tries to get the goal. He scores, and Nordavind take the lead.
This is an absolutely nasty angle from Sebadum. I didn't think he could get it down enough. Look at that, just touching it with the very tip of his car, pointing it straight down at the ground, getting the bounce goal. Sebadum now getting Nordavind the lead. Both goals for Nordavind at the hands of Sebadum.
Big goal and Nordavind's first lead of the series in game 3, fighting for their literal tournament lives right now in game number 3. And Fairy able to get there in time. Sebadum with that follow-up back. K-Dop, not the best touch. Fairy Peak able to bail him out for now. Al Dente sends it towards the box. Scrub's got it covered. Fairy Peak hits it up high. Al Dente with the save. Data and Sebadum both up for this. Not an advised double commit if you're Nordavind. Fairy Peak able to find one tap. Scrub Killer coming in as well. K-Dop now on the follow-up, just puts a light shot on net. Data there for the save. 30 seconds left for Vitality to try to close this game out, or at least tie it up. Sebadum ended up just giving the ball to K-Dop, but a good challenge there in midair by Al Dente. 15 seconds. Scrub back to the blue corner. K-Dop off the ceiling, straight down to Fairy Peak. He ties the game with 8 seconds left.
And Fairy Peak refusing to take no as an answer on the shot. K-Dop, look at the speed from him, pinching it off the ceiling. And then Data, it looked like he flipped off to the side. He just needed a little more height on his jump on that challenge to Fairy Peak, and he would have been able to deny that shot, but Fairy just battering it through.
And so As time ticks to 0, we could be going to overtime unless Nordavind can pull out some heroics here, or K-Dot pull out some heroics. This ball, anything can happen when it's in the air, but we got overtime, James.
Second overtime of the series. We saw it in Game 1, Vitality getting the win there.
Now off the kickoff, Sebedum and Al Dente tried to follow that up. Data couldn't find the ball either. Vitality gonna set up shop here, or not. Sebedum able to move it back downfield. Al Dente with another good challenge in midfield. Scrub giving away for Ferry. Ferry's over 1. Playing it by midfield, he's by 2. Ferry, no boost, no problem. He's by 3. Back to K-Dot, blocked. It's a double commit by Nordavind. Doesn't matter. Al Dente's there for the clear. Scrub killer punches it against his own back wall, and Vitality cleared away.
And that was a narrow save from Scrub. Almost hit that into his own net. Very close call. But Ferry, just heavy lifting on his part. Now a chance for K-Dot.
Good block there by Al Dente. Saving the day for Nordavind. Only for a few seconds. Data looking for Sebedum. He found him. K-Dot's there for the block. Al Dente's there. Ferry Peak went for the hit, but Al Dente missed. And now put against his back wheels, Data has to make a touch, and he does. And buys plenty of time, and he wins another challenge. Data doing a ton of work to move this back to Vitality territory. Now into the corner. Back over to K-Dot. Looking for Scrub, and you saw a little bit of hesitation there between Scrub and Ferry. But still, ball in midfield. Neither team is cracked just yet. Ferry Peak, another clear against the backboard. Data trying to set up Al Dente. K-Dot back over, the shots in for Vitality, and they move on to day number 2.
And what a challenge here from K-Dot. Getting a piece of it, Scrub just blasts it right into the heart of the net, sending Vitality to day number 2. Vitality living up to the expectations and to the hype around them, at least in this series. A fun ending to that series. Going to overtime, 2 games. Nordavind, although they lost in a sweep, 2 overtime games. It was much closer than the scoreline indicates.
Absolutely. I mean, the most exciting time in that entire series was that overtime. It was a solid minute and a half of just really fast, a lot of opportunities for both teams, and just some great defense by both squads in the end. Vitality just beat them on the transition, and a great pass is all it took to score. And you got to say, you know, GG's to Nordavind really made it a game at the end. There's something to say about a team that can come back like that after getting smacked 4-0 in the previous game.
They kept it close, they kept it competitive, but Vitality, they are just a really talented squad.
You wanted to see.
I mean, you saw the plays from Ferry Peak, how he just dribbled it down the whole field, getting it by pretty much every defender. Vitality didn't get a goal out of it, but it's just so much raw ability where you can't defend against that sometimes. And then just clinical shooting, excellent speed, great communication, or better communication than we've seen from Vitality in the past, reducing the number of their double commits. They really played well. They got the win. They were expected to get this win, and they did it. And pretty commandingly in a sweep. But again, 2 overtime games. It could have been very different had Nordavind gotten some fortunate bounces, fortunate goals, but still Vitality coming through.
Well, lucky for Vitality, K-Dot is plug and play. Dread, Gibbs, Chiefs, thoughts?
I mean, it's good.
That's good.
It was good, but there's more important breaking news right now. MCon, Game 5, 1-0 win over TSM. TSM is now out of the tournament, and MCon moves on. So that is another team from the RLCS that is eliminated. That includes a team like Triple Trouble that was up 2-0 on Dignitas. TSM, they just won a tournament like a month ago.
Remember that time when I said that Group C was the easy one?
Yeah. This is why.
Good morning.
And this is why you need to show up to these events, because everyone was crowding around that player area watching that series. And we can't show every series, obviously, and we can't predict what series are going to be the big upset. So that's why you got to make sure you show up to these events.
Yeah, make good reason to be able to show up, but the people who really showed up here were in fact Vitality. You know, guys, we talked about would they break underneath the pressure, and it feels like that was anything but the case. K-Dot was really stepping up for the roster. It felt like he was very much on point, you know, almost a bit of Dignitas of old, if you will here.
That ceiling pass to tie up that game in game number 3 was phenomenal from K-Dot. He looked like world class, like we always knew he was, and we saw that, like, we were worried about like maybe some Ferry Peak double commits. We didn't really see that. We saw some mistakes early on where Vitality gave up some early leads when they probably shouldn't be missing these defensive plays, but at the end of the day, Vitality gets the sweep.
And here with us, we have Scrubkilla. Scrubkilla, very popular name within the Rocket League scene. And I've got to go ahead and ask, you know, there was everybody's been talking about how much potential your roster has. And I just want to know, what do you feel like is stopping you guys, if you think at all, from achieving that potential?
Just not enough practice so far, but, you know, the more we play as a team, the better we'll get, so.
Okay, do you feel like you have a certain amount that you would, I guess, like to have, or maybe a time frame in the future that you're looking for to be able to aim for and be like, this is the moments when we want to kind of break over that potential and truly rise to the top?
I don't know. I think we can do it now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think we can.
This tournament, this is it?
Yeah.
I like it. You heard it here, boys.
So my question for you, and I had this same thought before when I had Garrett G next to me and I realized how tall he got. When did you have your growth spurt? Because you used to be like this tall, like the World Championship Season 1. What is it like to just watch everyone get to play in RLCS seasons or even DreamHacks where you weren't eligible and now you get to compete in all of these tournaments?
Yeah, like motivates me even more.
Yeah.
Because seeing them play and win and lifting the trophy makes me want to lift it, so.
I like it.
So then, of course, you guys made it through to day 2. It's always good. And you look ahead now to tomorrow and who you guys are thinking about playing against. Because, I mean, we just saw TSM. Well, we didn't see, but TSM just got knocked out as well. So how are you guys feeling about a couple of other teams that you might see tomorrow?
I think we feel good against any team.
Good.
We've not played many North American teams yet, so.
Does that make you nervous at all?
Not really, no.
So I believe you start with Bread tomorrow. So how do you feel about that matchup where Bread's kind of one of those underdog teams from North America?
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Sometimes we struggle against teams that are a little bit more like underestimated compared to the top teams. So we'll see how it goes.
And I feel like, you know, Rocket League has been, as of late, a place where anybody can do anything. And we started today with expected results, and the back end has been pretty much anything but. Does that, you know, give hope for you guys as a roster, just going, you know what, this one very much could be ours. We could have the dream sweep up?
Yeah, I think we can do it.
Well,
yeah,
man.
So.
You got your growth spurt here, good, and then growing in game 2. And no, seriously, I actually just got done watching a bunch of videos studying up for this and seeing him, a bunch of viral videos of you streaming, and I was like, is this Scrubkilla for real? Like, my goodness, new and improved model here. Ridiculous there coming out from that, but I do believe eventually here we're going to be covering up with a new groups in the concluded results that we do have for the day as it's going down. But, you know, while you're with us here, Scrub, and the rest of the panel here, what are some of the thoughts? What was the biggest surprises out of the day?
Oh, man. You want to go first, Scrub? Just out of curiosity.
Like if you were watching other games, for what teams are knocked out? Like, what was the big surprise? Yeah, TSM.
That's a big one.
Like, honestly, I thought Triple Trouble, because they looked so strong. They look so strong, and I was so disappointed to see them lose.
If not TSM, Triple Trouble.
Of course. Like, TSM just happened, but yeah, like Triple Trouble.
Who did Triple Trouble lose to?
They lost to
Echo Zulu.
Echo Zulu, yeah.
Oh.
That's a big loss, because, see, but I think it was karma. Because they went for the on-purpose Brazil. And then
got him.
It was all downhill. So never go for the on-purpose Brazil. Is what we've learned today.
Sweet justice, you know, always finds a way there in the very end there. We don't have the groups for tomorrow, but we do have the kind of entirety of today here as we take a minute to look back. We already talked about some of those things that were standing out. What about from your perspective here, Scrubkilla? What do you think here when looking at these standings? Was it all what you expected, or you're just like, this squad did way better or way worse than I thought?
I think most of them, except from TSM, by the looks of it. And Rogue as well, actually.
So we were guaranteed 2 teams from the RLCS to be knocked out. We got 5. 5 here, and that's 2 years in a row for TSM as well, where they were at DreamHack Leipzig last time, and they were upset on day 1. But that was before they were winning, you know, like that was before they were one of the best teams in the world.
Those were the dark times.
That is huge, and that's one of those 4 winners that we've had recently. So that knocks one of them out. We could have 5 different winners in 5 lands in a row.
And Achieves, any thoughts here reflecting on today?
Mindset, very well done. I mean, it's that European bubble team, Aslan and Cruz, so very well done for them taking down Rogue, and curious to see how they fare tomorrow as well.
I know, I've got my eye on Ekazulu after what we saw from Triple Trouble, knowing that they were the ones that had to be able to kind of step back and turn that down. But it is going to be exciting to move into tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, we started with 32 teams today, and now we sit with 16. Tomorrow we'll be having that unfold in 2 different groups once again within that double elimination, and there is a lot of action to be looking forward to. So before we close out here at DreamHack Leipzig for tonight, we'll leave you with a kind word here from our sponsors, both to DreamHack, Psyonix Monster, and esportsmanagement.com. Thank you for the support that you've given us here, and we will be back again tomorrow with more Rocket League action.